was a great clap. That was a great clap.
Very nice.
All right. Okay, welcome back to
Don't
the Green Room Podcast here at the lovely Franklin Theater. I think I forgot to say that last time. We're at the theater.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Oh, well.
They know.
They know. By this point, episode 10.
If you know, you know.
They know.
Yeah.
I'm Massimo DiStefano. Next to me, I have...
I'm not Massimo Stefano. I'm Brendan Ayton.
That's crazy. That's
A little bit of a voice crack there. Yeah.
My goodness. We got a special guest here with us today. Next to us today, we have Joey Liechty. Welcome. Snaps, claps, everyone. How you doing, Joey?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for having me on the pod,
Of
man.
course, for sure. So I know Joey through a few mutual friends when I was back in a band a few years ago now. I think I met you at a show or something. Yeah. And Brendan, you don't know.
We met about 4 months ago.
Yeah, dude.
I'm excited. Yes.
So just tell us about yourself, how you got into music, and what you're doing.
Okay. So you want me to tell you about myself, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I got into music from the movie Top Gun, right?
Wow.
Hell yeah.
So when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pilot super bad. But alas, I am 6'3" and I don't have good vision.
Yeah.
You can't be tall and be a pilot. I don't know. Maybe you can, and also I'm just not smart enough. It's okay.
Well,
You do have to. I have some friends from high school that are into it.
Smart.
It's a lot of
Really?
work too. It's
I didn't
a lot
realize
of
you
work.
had to be that.
Yeah.
Bro, my friends started their freshman year of high school and they're doing an extra year of college just to finish.
Yeah.
Jeez.
See,
Like,
not for me, man.
so much time as an
do that.
adolescent and as an early adult to do that.
Yeah, no.
So basically, like, it was my favorite movie when I was like 9 and 10. I would watch it all the time. Crazy. And I had this little like pilot suit I'd run around the house in, and I would always be singing "Highway to the Danger Zone." You know the
Gotta love Kenny.
yeah, Kenny
Loggins.
Kenny Loggins, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
like Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
yeah. Imagine
goodness,
Kenny
dude.
Chesney did that song.
Yeah, with Kenny G.
That would be awesome.
All the
the
Kennys.
saxophone.
just
all
get them
the
together.
Kennys.
And Kenny Rogers.
Man.
might as
Yes.
well.
Kenny Rogers
Oh,
does
bro.
the bridge. Yeah, he does
The four of them should really.
Super group.
That would
man.
be awesome.
That would be. I'd see that.
Yeah, basically, so I was just like always singing that song. And then finally, one day, I think it was before my like 10th birthday, I was like, Dad, my dad played bass in like bar bands in the 80s and stuff. And, I've never been into sports. So he was like, how do I connect to this child? And I was like, Dad, I think I want a guitar so I can play Highway to the Danger Zone. And he was like,
Hell yeah.
yes. So my mom, of course, was like, okay, just go to the music store, on the corner, get like a crappy acoustic guitar. He's going to forget about it. He's going to play it for a little bit and just not care. My dad was like, yeah, okay. So he took me to the music store, which was called That Music Place.
That's
Good
awesome.
name.
Yeah, in Springboro, Ohio. Sunny Springboro, Ohio.
That music place.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And he got me this sparkly blue Washburn electric guitar and this really tiny solid state amp, and a distortion pedal. And
Nice.
we came
Wow.
home and he spent more money than my mom wanted him to.
So not an
She was-
acoustic guitar.
she was- No, it wasn't. It was
Go
not
get a
an
little acoustic guitar. It's a little bit quieter. No, got him an amp
No,
with a
dude, I was
distortion
like
pedal.
10.
That's awesome.
Let's go. Yeah, and I grew up on metal music, which is so funny.
Me too. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
What kind of metal? What kind of metal?
Well, it was like Avenged Sevenfold and Five Finger Death Punch and Breaking Benjamin.
Dude,
I listened to. I was the biggest Chevelle fan for forever.
Dude, my band's doing a cover of The Red at one of our
Really?
shows. Yeah, dude,
Dude.
I love Chevelle.
Chevelle was my first. That was my first.
Come on the
concert.
show. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
come on the show.
When is it?
Well, I
plug
actually
it.
don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it now because of this job I just got. So
Yeah.
it's up in the air. But
Okay.
we're planning on covering it June 20th. We just started rehearsing it. It's not 100% there yet, so
Mm.
we'll see.
Okay.
But-
That's a good song. Chevelle's awesome, man. I just something happened so I went to high school, I never stopped playing guitar. My mom was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So I was just the little metalhead for forever. I went to high school I joined the marching band. Because my mom did color guard, right? So she was like,
Nice.
just join the marching band. Like, I think you'll like it. And she wanted to, go to the band competitions and
As parents do.
be part of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my parents were super supportive. And
Yeah.
always wanted to be a part of the thing I was doing. So basically, excuse me. I joined marching band, and then I got super into like Coldplay and like some other, like other groups along that line.
Coldplay's good.
And I just completely got out of the metal thing and like
Yeah.
so far into folk.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And
Really
I
the
got
other
like
way.
super deep into like folk music and indie music, and then I started writing stuff. And I performed for a while in Ohio. Like I wrote a lot of stuff. I put an album out. Don't try to look it up because you can't find it.
Well, now
It's
I'm going
hidden.
to.
Sounds- If you look it up under my name, I moved it like
Oh, really?
yeah, and I only
Nice.
told my mom what the new name was that I put
So
the
that she
music
can
under so
listen to
she
it,
could
yeah.
stream it.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome. That's
Because
awesome.
I'm like, I do not want anybody hearing this. I did.
So
when
if
I
it
was, like,
leaks, you know who
17 or
leaked
18.
it.
Yeah.
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 You call your mom's like, we got to have a talk.
Yeah. Bad. Yeah, she would post
Yeah.
it on Facebook.
Like,
Here, check it out.
love this song. Yeah.
No, dude, come on. I'm doing different stuff now.
That's so funny.
It's just a phase.
Yeah, it's just a phase, mom. So basically, yeah, I got super into that stuff. And then like, yeah, I started writing songs, and I was like, okay, how do I make these sound like they do on the radio? Because there's some kind of thing that happens in between
Yeah.
that what is that thing?
Yeah.
So I had no idea what producing was when I was 15, but I had my iPod.
Checks out.
I had an iRig. You guys know what those
Oh,
are?
yeah.
I have one, yeah.
An 1/8" jack in it, and it has a single 1/4 inch out of it, and it has a headphone jack on the other side. I had my iPod with GarageBand. I had the iRig, and I had a PA that my mom had gotten me for my birthday. My mom and dad had gotten me for my birthday. And I took the PA like the board or whatever, and I would put a mono output out of the board into GarageBand on my iPhone, and I would record like a full drum kit that way when I was like 15, 16.
That's awesome.
And
love it.
yeah, so like it was a mono signal of all the like
the
drum
drums.
mics. So,
Yeah.
and I just had
Hey.
like a super crappy, like CAD drum mic kit, and was
Mhm.
using like I had no idea what I was doing, so I had like the kick mic like 5 feet away and dynamic overhead mics. I was
Yeah.
like, what is this
That's
kid
the way
doing?
to do it.
It sounded so horrible, man.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
But yeah. And at a certain point, I just had more fun like turning something into a final product than I did like creating. Because I do
Yeah.
think I'm a songwriter,
Mm-hmm.
but where I really think I actually like thrive is taking an idea that somebody has and just like bringing it to the finish line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what made me, I was like, I don't know what this is, but this is just what I'm meant to do. And then I found out about producing, and I was like, oh, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I just didn't
Yeah.
know.
You didn't know it was a thing.
You know, and that's the funniest thing is the thing that I do for a living now happened completely unintentionally. I had no idea that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And because I loved it so much, and it fit like a glove.
Yeah.
Dude, and there's nothing else that I would rather be doing. And so,
That's awesome.
fast forward here, I went to Kent State for a year
Oh, nice.
for music technology. Actually for a semester, then I dropped out of Kent State, and I was like, I'm going to Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the thing.
Yeah.
When was
everybody-
this? Was this like COVID? Was this?
No, I graduated high school 2018.
Okay.
So this was 2019, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah. Right before. Yeah.
Yeah, right before 2019. Yeah, actually winter break, 2 days before we were supposed to go back to classes at Kent State, I dropped out because I was talking to my mom about recording workshop.
Mm.
Do you guys know what recording workshop is?
No.
All right, I just
You
had
okay?
a sneeze. I just had a sneeze come out. of nowhere. I don't know what that is. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. It's like
I'll put reverb on it.
dude, you just gotta commit. Just
Yeah.
Yes.
right into the mic.
Next time you sneeze in the mic.
Yeah.
Man. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, I'll cup it like I'm like a metal singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be sick. What was I saying? Oh my god.
Workshop.
So,
yeah.
I'm too ADD to have on a podcast.
I'm a
club,
distracting person, so it's okay.
Recording workshop is this. It's just like this 2-month long intensive recording program. You just like live at a recording studio and just do the thing.
Nice.
You know. And I ate it up, man. Like I was always in there, just like doing something. You know, learn how to run a tape machine, learn how to run a large format analog console and stuff, and learn how to use Pro Tools there. Obviously, I had GarageBand for forever, so I kind of like knew how to use Logic, but I learned how to use it further there, and I learned about a bunch of mics and preamps and outboard gear and stuff, and that just I was like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to move down to Nashville. My mom and my dad were kind of like, okay, cool. So my parents I'm fortunate enough that they worked their butts off to save up for me to go to college.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
I hate college. I hated going to school so much. And after I dropped out of Kent State, I was like, there's nothing that I want to do less than go to school again. This is the worst thing ever.
And this is after you went to the workshop
Yes.
place. Yeah. So you already were like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah. I had like a mental breakdown in the office of the recording workshop with like
You're
the guy
kidding.
who runs it. It was the end of it. And I was like, look, dude, my plan is to like move down to Nashville and just like work a crappy job and just like try to make it in the music industry. And then I just like started crying. And I was like, I never want to work another job in my life.
Yeah.
It's not in music ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well,
Okay.
It's like, that's like super privileged, but it's fine.
Yeah.
You know? And I was just like, I just can't do anything else. I don't have the patience for anything else ever.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else for me, you know? And from the moment I started producing, I knew that. So basically he was like, okay, do you guys know Kings Island in Ohio?
I don't. You might.
It's an amusement park. Yeah.
He's from Michigan, so he might.
Yeah, I'm from Michigan.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
I don't know it, but I feel like I've heard it once or twice in my life. Like it rings a little bit of a bell.
It's
in my
like
head.
Cedar Point kind of
Dude,
thing.
Cedar Point's awesome.
Yeah, Cedar Point's awesome. Cedar
Gatekeeper,
Point's better.
Gatekeeper's so slept on. Everybody out there, the Gatekeeper's the best ride there. Anyway, keep going.
Wait, is that the one with like the
one at the gate, the blue one that's literally a part of the gate when you walk through?
What?
Yeah, dude.
Is that new?
I don't know. I went there in like
Cedar
6th and
Point
7th grade because we used to take band trips every year at the end of the school year.
Right.
The middle school band would go to
I don't
Cedar
remember
Point.
that. I was
dude.
there in like 2016, 17.
I don't know. It's still there, I think. I didn't see anything about it going down. It's so slept on. It's like right when you walk in, it's to the right. It's the best.
So when are we going? Because now I want to go. I haven't been there since like it's almost been 10 years. Like I want to go.
I would love to go.
Okay,
I would love to
We'll
go
do a
to Cedar
podcast trip. We'll do it.
You know what we
later.
could do? We could go back to Michigan for like a day or two, and then on the way back hit Cedar Point and then come home.
Hell yes.
So were you guys just like loading up on ice cream and then getting on roller coasters?
Dude,
I feel sick.
throwing up every 3 hours, just throwing up and spending $20
throwing
on
up and then
bad hot
going
dogs.
right
and
back
stuff.
on the ride. Well, now I'm hungry again.
Yeah, time to hit the dragster. Yeah,
But you get there like 8 a.m. and you don't leave till they
Yeah.
close.
Time to go on the fastest ride in America.
Yeah,
now.
yes. Let's do it.
I just pounded 2 cheeseburgers,
after
but we're going.
Papa John's or whatever.
Oh my god, yeah.
Papa
Yeah.
Murphy's, whatever they have at
Good.
Or after going to that 50s diner thing.
I was just
yeah.
thinking about that. I ate there. Oh, it was
Dude,
actually
that
pretty
place
good.
is the best.
Oh,
Shout out
man.
Cedar Point.
I could demolish some Cedar Point chicken tenders.
Dude.
I haven't thought about Cedar Point in a while.
I haven't either. Oh, what a time. Man,
Yeah, so
what a great tangent. Okay, let's go.
anyway, Cedar Point rocks.
yeah, it does.
So
Man.
Kings Island is like the less cool version of that. So, you know, And basically, I ran sound at a bunch of the venues there. So he like got me that job. He was like, "All right, you can go get paid $11 an hour and be a tech."
Hey, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
And I was like, "Okay,
good, yeah.
cool." So I was like, you know what? It's enough in the music industry that this is sick. So I had such a good time. And, you know, I really did enjoy doing live sound, but I was like, all right, studio stuff is really my thing. Because at that time I was like starting to produce some outside clients, just like some, I can't even remember who it was, but
like friends and things,
yeah, just like friends,
Okay.
just like stuff that was, you know, can you help me with my song? Whatever, you know. So I worked there for a summer and some change, a little bit of the fall, I think, and then right after that, so my parents were like, all right, so you can move down to Nashville and you can do the music thing, but we didn't save up for that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if you're going to move down there, we support you. You just got to work a job. We can't financially support you. And I was like, okay, that's one side of the scale. And she was like, okay. My mom was like, if you go to school, which I was looking at Belmont at the time, and it was like expensive.
Yeah.
I didn't get any scholarships, you know. And I was just like, oh, Belmont's like where the cool people go. You know? So, you know, and basically she was like, well, how about this Lipscomb place? And I was like, this looks horrendous. Sorry. This is just my personal opinion. Lipscomb is a great school for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I got half off tuition just for being a transfer.
Really?
Right?
That's awesome.
So I was like, okay, I go to school for 3 years. My parents help me out financially. I get out debt free. Do I suck it up? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to prove to myself that I can do something that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right.
yeah. So I went for music production, you know, which you guys are like, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But there were, you know, the other classes that suck.
Math.
Oh, yeah. Math. And I had to take an extra math too.
Oh, you're kidding.
My advisor,
bro.
made me take
That's where they get you.
Math sucks. Sorry.
Math
Math
sucks.
sucks.
I count to 6 because of time signatures, and that is it. I tell you, maybe 8. 5, I skip 5 if I can.
I think the most I'll ever count to is like 12.
Yeah.
In
That's
music,
it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Right.
Anyway,
Just
sorry.
4 with a triplet feel. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. Everything 4/4.
Yeah, dude. Everything's in 4/4 if you
Everything's in
don't think about
4/4. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yes. Dude, forget what I was saying again.
Lipscomb.
Oh yeah.
You don't like it, but you're doing it.
Yeah. So I did it, you know, I graduated. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought.
Nah, well,
You're good.
That's
Good.
us every 5 seconds.
So yeah, I graduated in 2022. I never had like a normal year of college because I just like transferred in and then like halfway through and then did like online classes. I did online classes every summer to like catch up.
Yeah.
And
Did you work? Were you working while you were going to school?
I was working as a music producer. So
you're just doing that.
I didn't work any job, dude. I was on a grind. I was like, when I graduate, I'm going to be a full-time music producer.
Well, you met a ton of people there, right? So that was where you had your ins.
Yes.
So that's
a lot of
smart.
the first ins was from that. Yeah. But now it has kind of moved around the community and something I tell any like underclassmen or somebody who's new to Lipscomb or new to Belmont or just new to town in general is, look, like you can have your community at this college, right? That's good to grow up with community and have really close friends that you go to school with and stuff. But Nashville is a big place.
Yeah.
And if you graduate and you don't know anybody here, you're not going to do it. You're just going to be like, well, the only keys player I know is this guy I graduated. Dude, come on. Do you know how many keys players are here? And do you know how nice they are?
Oh, yeah.
All you have to do is just drop the ego, walk up to him. Hey, man, I like what you do. Let's work together sometime. And like
Done.
some people have an ego, but a lot of the people who are doing really cool stuff are the coolest.
Yeah.
Because word gets around here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a jerk, people are gonna know.
Yeah.
You know. So and that's what I tell people. So while I was going to school, I was going out networking. I was going to Belcourt Taps when that was still around.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. And I was going to Arnold's and stuff. Rip Arnold's.
Oh, yeah? I
Arnold-
never went to Arnold's.
I think I don't know if they're going to build a new store or not. I don't know if that's like insider knowledge. That
you heard it here.
Friends with friends with somebody who knows somebody who whatever. The story. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna graduate. So I did it.
Yeah.
And fresh out of school, I started producing full time. I got a touring gig, and yeah, life is good, man. Here I am. Cool.
That's great. And
awesome.
And I know you play guitar.
Yes.
What else do you play?
Or
is it more of just a mishmash of things and guitar's your thing?
It's funny because last year I thought drums was my thing.
Yeah.
Because I was playing drums a lot. I play everything, but I like to say I play everything like a producer.
I get that.
I play everything like a musician, not like a guitar player, not like a drummer. I strive to do that at least, write cool parts, play in time, like get the right pocket, get the right feel. And I play under mics every day. So it's like I've kind of learned like when I'm playing drums, like, okay, to get this sound, you gotta play really quiet or, something like that. So yeah, I play bass, guitar, drums. I suck at piano, but you know what? I can edit.
Yes, you can. Hey, MIDI and editing.
MIDI is amazing.
Yeah. I just got not just got. I got like an upright piano in my studio like a year ago, and I just got it tuned.
Ooh, hey, that helps.
So happy because that thing, it's so sick. Having like an acoustic piano. In
that's one of my goals.
So much with it.
That's one of my goals to get it upright in the next year or so.
Dude, I got mine for $150.
It's a little older. I remember I went to your place a while ago, and it's a little older. Yeah. It looks great. It fits the vibe of your space too, which is also a plus.
Yeah, I just when I picked up that piano, I was backing down my driveway to bring it in. I backed into my house with the U-Haul.
Oh my god!
And U-Haul, if you're watching this, you don't know which one it was.
Yeah.
Because I made sure there were no marks on that thing.
That's
dude.
right.
And it was just a tailgate.
There's
a mark on my
Yeah.
house.
You just buff it. It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine. So I was so anxious. Another story. I got lost in the U-Haul later that day because I was driving around trying to like take it back. And I was on the highway. My sense of direction is horrendous. Right. So my phone died, and I was like, "Where am I? I don't know.
Around. Yeah.
I'm in a U-Haul, and it's getting dark.
That's terrifying, bro.
Yeah,
so you just drove around until you found it?
Right before my phone died, actually, I was like, my friends were coming with me to like bring me home because I was gonna drop off the U-Haul. My phone was on 1%. I called him. I was like, meet me at Nissan Stadium. My phone's gonna die, and then it died. And I was like, hope he got that. So
that freaked me out.
I just drove to Nissan Stadium and saw him, and I was like, okay.
Thank God, yeah.
I was like, dude, can you map to U-Haul and I'll just follow you guys?
Sheesh.
He probably is like, oh my God, he's dying or he's being kidnapped or something is seriously wrong. You should be like, dude, my phone died. Can you just give me details?
Yeah. But I was freaking out though. I was like, I'm gonna die, man. It was stressful.
Awesome.
When your sense of direction is terrible, it's not good.
Yeah.
Oh no,
that's great.
I believe you.
Yeah, and this was 2 years ago, so that was 2 years into living here.
Yeah.
I've only been here for about 4 years. So
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So we talked about it a little bit on the show before, but you're a producer. You come at it with a different mindset. When you're recording drums, you already know what I'm about to ask.
You suck, man.
What is your opinion and thoughts on using samples with acoustic drums to replace them or just with them or whatever? What's your thought?
Dude, if it sounds good, it is good.
Yeah.
I'm not a snob when it comes to that kind of thing. If you hear something on the radio and you're like, damn, that sounds good. Okay. You win. That's it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, there's so many people that are, oh, that's cheating. Why? Okay.
Yeah.
Explain.
No, yeah.
Like, no, if you really think that's cheating, tell me why. And why is it? Well, why is it cheating? You know what?
I'm not a big
He hates
fan.
samples.
I'm not a big
He
fan
hates
of-
them more than life itself. Samples and
You
logic.
are
He hates
so
them both.
exaggerating.
I will tell you.
I'm not the biggest fan.
I would, yeah, and I can understand that point of view. I'm not either,
Yeah.
but I will tell you, with more people creating music in their basements, samples are a really great way to, if you know how to use samples.
Yes. It's a skill. I'm not saying it's not a skill to
Yeah.
be able to craft that sound. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And but to me, if you have the ability and the space and the time and the money to get the sound in the moment with the guys and the play and the instruments that you have, get the sound.
Yeah.
Don't cheat it. To me, then it feels like okay. Then to me it feels like fix it in post. Which which there's times for that, but like
And I can totally see that point of view. The thing is this my water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to edit out every time
Samples.
I lose my train of
No,
thought.
totally fine. Totally fine.
People are gonna be like, this guy is on something.
Panera.
No, there's this much coffee left. I have to finish it all before I'm normal.
Oh my god! Did you only get a small iced coffee from
I
Panera?
didn't mean to order a small, but
Gave you a small.
you know what? That's Panera's fault. I'm like this today.
That's right.
Okay. Somebody sue Panera.
You heard it here, Panera.
Yeah. Hopefully Panera and U-Haul isn't watching this. Or Lipscomb. Lipscomb
Or that the roller coaster place. Another one.
or Kings Island.
Yeah, yeah.
Kings
No,
Island.
Kings Island rips. Cedar Point's just a little better, but like Kings Island's like the
awesome.
cute,
That's good.
ugly
Save it,
cousin.
save it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, man.
So
Anyway.
okay. So samples.
Samples.
Right. So yeah, if you have the time or money to get that right, that's great.
Yeah.
But who has time or money?
Fair. Well, a lot of people do. A lot
yeah.
of people do. So
A lot of artists don't.
really.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, if you're an artist trying to make it, you have nothing. What you're going to pay the producer whatever their rate is, and that's about all you can afford.
Yeah, and if you're not mixing it yourself, you got to pay the mixing engineer
Mhm.
and the mastering if that's happening as well. It's
Yeah.
like all that adds up. It's like, can you then afford also studio time and a drummer to get it right up front? You know what I mean? Like,
So do you think then it's a question of that and not so much the musicality and how do you say it? Like let's say like back in the 60s and 70s, like they would kind of they would go for it with an engineer and the producer at the time, and it was I don't know. I think when I think back to like even the 50s, 60s, and 70s, it seemed more of just put a mic on it and the sound's the sound and that's okay.
Yeah.
Do you think now people are getting more particular with it?
I think actually in the 50s and 60s and 70s, they were very particular.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were. Because you kind of get one chance.
yeah,
That's true.
there's no post.
That's
There's
true.
zero post.
There's zero post. And dude, this is how I look at this whole thing. Samples, no samples, auto-tune, no auto-tune. If you look at the computer as an instrument, you're going to be fine. Don't use the computer as a crutch.
Yeah.
If I record drums and I'm like, this snare sounds like crap, I'm just going to put a sample on it. You recorded the wrong snare.
Yeah.
If I record the drums and I'm like, these drums sound awesome. If only there was a little bit more room to this kick. You know, if only there was a little bit more room on this snare drum. If only it kind of opened up. If only there was a little more transient on it or something.
Yeah,
Then you
a
drop
little
in
bit more punch.
You drop in a sample and it's like, oh, the drums are way more musical now.
Yeah.
They already sounded good, but you're already using plugins.
That's exactly how I feel.
So what's the difference?
If you're not on an analog console in an analog studio, you're not. If you're digital, you might as well just be digital.
Yeah.
It's like you're just selling. It's just you're preventing yourself from like great opportunities just because you're like, oh no, just no. Yeah, you know what I mean. I think I have a saying: situations are situational, and it really is. It just if you get, but it's also like if you're not producing it and you're just mixing it, if you get tracks sent to you, that's a whole nother conversation too. Because then it's like
if you're not
you weren't
recording.
in control of the recording.
Yeah.
So then it's just you get what you get, and you got to make it sound good.
And
So
then
you
the
might
artist is
need
like, this doesn't sound like the
3
radio.
samples.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing is you're talking about like the 56, 70. The standard has changed over the last
True.
80 years.
Yeah.
So it's like now we've got to meet it. We can't make it. If it sounds like the 60s, people aren't going to listen to it. It's got to sound like now, which is produced and sampled.
Right. And it's competitive. And the best way that you can think about it is nothing is bad. Splice isn't bad. Using loops isn't bad. Using samples isn't bad. Using digital anything isn't bad. You can record on 44.1 if you want. I don't like it. You can record on 44.1 if you want. If it sounds good, it is good.
You record 48 then?
Yeah,
okay.
Usually.
Okay.
I try to do, if I'm doing like smaller files and, not as many tracks, I try to do 96 or something. But,
whatever.
That takes a lot of
it
takes a lot of computer power.
Yeah, you got to have a really good computer.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyway.
No, you're good. I just think, man, and you got to keep up with the times too.
Yeah.
It's like, all the pop music is auto-tuned. Okay. What are you going to do? I'm going to be grumpy about it. Okay. I don't care. That's your career.
Yeah.
I hear everything. I'm like, all this music's so auto-tuned. And my initial reaction is, oh, this sucks. But I'm like, okay, why do people like this? And what can I do to satisfy what people like about it, but still keep the originality of me?
Yeah.
And I think people like a really pretty, pristine vocal. And so I've started doing that, like, get the vocal locked in, amazing. You can hear everything. It's perfectly compressed, not over compressed. It's perfectly saturated. It works really well in the mix. There's a ton of, and this is like a sidebar philosophy, but whenever you have a really good singer, get as much of them on the track as humanly possible. Fill up the arrangement with vocals first, because that's what people connect to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's something that I learned recently. I did this one song a while ago that I did like a big string arrangement, a bunch of guitar layers. I was, oh, this sounds sick. And then the singer came in because I waited to do BGVs and stuff. And we just didn't decide to do a lot of BGVs. And in hindsight, I look back and I go, that would have been so much better if I just got her to do a ton of like awesome BGVs than like filling up the track with all this crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have the tendency to do that when I'm left to my own devices. I'm like, yeah, I get super excited. I'm going to do string arrangement and all this. And it just doesn't need it, man. A lot of times it's just, I was listening to Coldplay's Rush of Blood to the Head record.
Yeah.
That record is so, there are so many nothing.
Yeah.
Happening. There are so many nothings in the
I'm all
track.
about space.
Do you know the front bottoms? Twin Size Mattress. That song has like 4 instruments and there's 0 effects. It's just EQ, compression, saturation. There's no effects.
But the parts are really, really
perfect.
good.
And the space is perfect. But there's no extra, like you're saying, there's no extra crap. There's no effects that make the fill space. It's just the perfect song.
Yep. And as long as you use a computer musically, you have to use it. You have to like approach plugins, samples, splice, loops, auto tune, anything from the stance of how can I increase the musicality of what is already here. And you can't increase the musicality of what is already here if your recording sucks or your part sucks. So to your point, you have to have a great recording.
Yeah.
You have to have a great part. And then you can supplement that and add in
I like it.
colors and stuff.
Yeah.
So nothing's bad.
Yeah.
It's just the way you use it.
I also think it's pretty genre based as well. Like
Yes,
in
it
the
is.
pop, indie folk type thing.
He's big on like if in the punk
I'm in the pop
scene,
punk
like,
metal
it's
type thing. The standard is
samples.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like it's almost to the point where it's like there's no even point recording real drums anymore. Just record the actual samples and then just pull up a Roland electronic drum set. So many metal bands do that now, actually. Just electronic drum sets, and they just record good samples a separate time and just take more days editing the samples than recording drums.
Yeah, I like what you're saying about treating the computer as another instrument.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes more of a tool rather than the end all kind of shtick, you know.
And it's not fix it in post. It's supplement what we already have. Like you should be able to record the whole song and be like, this sounds great.
Yeah.
You know, and then be like, what needs to be made more of what it is? You know?
Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question.
What needs to make it? Yeah.
Because there's like, let me ask you, if you are working on a project that it's just paid for, it's working on, but not everyone's visions are coming together. You know what I mean? How do you get through that in post if in the recording it didn't come together? You know what I mean? Like, let's say
like you're done recording and
you're done recording, you're in the mixing phase. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to get into it too much, but like, what do you do in that moment? Because it's like decisions have already been made in the recording side, but the artist wants a different vibe. What do? You know what I mean?
Who's in charge?
Yeah, I mean,
the artist at that point.
The artist,
they're footing the bill.
Who's paying you? The artist. They win.
They win.
Doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
sorry, Ghost Notes. Sorry, Ghost Notes.
The thing is, man, you can be as invested as somebody else will let you be.
Oh.
And
hit me with the knowledge here, man. Wow.
I have tried to be so invested. It's just like, dude, I really think it should be this. I really see this. People are like, nope. I'm like, I have to let it go.
Yeah.
It's not my song.
Yeah.
I have to let this go. And I have to just, there's a point where people will hire you to do your thing. Hey, Massimo, go home, record whatever you want to play on this song. I want your thing on this.
Yeah.
And then there will be a point where people are like, I want this to sound exactly like Redheaded Stranger by Willie Nelson.
Yep.
And basically that's not your thing.
Yeah.
But you have to figure out how to do it, you know, because they're in charge. They're paying you.
Yeah.
You got to do it. So if people's visions don't align, if my visions don't align with the artist, I remember, you know what? And it's funny. People are like, I don't want my name attached to that. My name is attached to a lot of not great things. But you know what? I don't care. Because I read this Instagram post yesterday, the dude who did Scary Pockets. He was talking about Jacob Collier learning
genius.
Yeah. He was talking about Jacob Collier learning Ableton for the first time when he was watching him. And Jacob Collier just sat down at the computer and was just like clicking on stuff and dragging stuff around. And I forget what his name is. What's the keyboard player from Scary Pockets?
Oh, I don't know.
Corey Henry?
No.
No, you're thinking Snarky Puppy.
Oh.
Yeah. Snarky Puppy's awesome.
I think Corey Henry's maybe sat in with them once before. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what his name is. I don't
He's
know.
also the CEO of Patreon. The dude's just
Jack. He's in Pompaloose too.
Yes.
I watched their YouTube channel. I know exactly who you're
Jack
talking about.
Whatever, right?
Yes.
So I was reading his Instagram post about
Ryan Lerman's the guitar player. Yeah.
And he was like, it almost pissed me off watching Jacob Collier try to learn Ableton because he didn't care how much he messed up.
Yeah.
He didn't care if he completely crashed the program. Okay, open it back up.
Yeah.
You know, just there was no regard. There was nothing in his way. He didn't care about failing at all. He just dove right in. Wasn't careful at all. And that, I was like, man, that is why he just knows what he's doing. Yeah. Because he did not care about failing at all. He just let it happen. And like, that's the coolest thing. The thing I've been living by recently, because I've recently had to do a lot of things I've never done before. And I screw them up, you know? Everybody screws up things that you haven't done before. You suck at anything that you're doing for the first time. It's okay.
Amen.
Like, it really is okay. Just, that's the rule with everything. Just do it again. And if you still suck at it, you can decide on if you want to do it again or if you want to quit. But do it once.
At least do it once, yeah.
And then, you know, if you have that thing that you're like, I got to keep going, right? Just do it again, man.
Yeah.
I forget what question was that brought me on this huge tangent.
The differences between the producer and artist, like the button heads, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So and okay, yeah. What I was saying was, my name is connected to some stuff that's not very good. I don't care because people are gonna hear that. I mean, if people hear that in 20 years and go, "This is Joey Liechty," and it's something I did when I was 20 years old, I'm gonna be like, yeah. I mean, that's saying that I progressed.
Yeah, it shows growth. Yeah.
I don't care. You know, the only thing that you don't want your name connected to is like bad people. Like if somebody's got a thing surrounding them, it's just don't do that, man. Yeah. If they're just not good, who cares? Grow with them. So, like, drop your pride. Just grow with somebody. It's fine. You know, just like do the thing. If you really love it, just do the thing.
Yeah.
So
1,000%. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
wow.
Man.
Yeah. I met with you how long ago? Like 2 months ago, something like that.
Yeah.
At your place just to talk production and stuff because I'm starting to get into it. And what you're saying then and even now, it was like a whole new world of stuff. Because in the same way that you kind of were like, oh, I get like this is cool. This like thing. I don't know what it is, but now it's production now, and you know it as that. I was the same way with drumming. I was when someone say, "Hey, I got this song. Can you put some drums to it?" In the same way orchestrated that part to fit, and I was like, I like that more than playing sometimes, you know. So
arranging something.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And as you said, taking something that's already started and seeing it to the end, you know, I think that's a great vision to have, and people need that because sometimes artists just get stumped and they need the outside perspectives or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I think the world of producing and production is something that a lot more people would be into if it was somehow presented better, you know, because I feel like I've met a few people now that are like, yeah, I like doing this thing and I just don't know what it is. I'm like, well, no, that's producing and like, you know, you can get paid for that and like, you know.
Yeah. And it's actually really lucrative.
Yeah.
Like, that's if you know what you're doing and you got some gear, you know, I like the first year I started working full time. I bought a bunch of stuff. I was in the hole. You know, I got a bunch of preamps and I got a ton of mics and a bunch of instruments and stuff. And who cares?
Yeah.
Now I have the mic that people are like, oh, we'll go to Joey's to record vocals. Because it's like you kind of gotta. Gear isn't everything, but at a certain point, gear is the only thing competitive about music production in my.
Dude, that is so
opinion.
true. That is so true.
You know. Like people are like, move to Nashville. It's so competitive. I'm like, dude, no, it's not. Like
it's pretty welcoming, actually.
It is
not for a producer like me. I've never felt competition. Only in mixes. I've been like, I'll listen to my mix and then I'll listen to somebody else and be like, oh, that's better. You know? But like production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also if you vibe with the person and they like what you do, you like what they do.
Yeah.
You know, or even if they like what you do, you really like what they do, you know, and it's okay.
Yeah. If you just do the thing that you're really good at, nobody else is going to do it as well as you. So there's no competition. So just do your thing.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's truth. What are some artists, locally or not, that you just like listening to, that you enjoy, that are up and coming or not, that you just like?
And even that, and then like how the production style maybe from that, or if that's like,
wow.
You know.
I'm a huge D'Angelo fan.
Okay, I think I know the name. Yeah, I think I know the name.
I'm a huge Bon Iver fan.
Yes.
Yep.
Anna Meek, Meike, I believe. She is unbelievably good. She's like not big at all. She's this Irish folk singer, and her music is really weird and dreamy, and just like the production of it is just incredible. It's like Irish indie folk music, and it's so
That's awesome.
cool. It is so cool. It's like the coolest thing I've heard in a really long time.
Do you listen to The Brook and the Bluff?
I do. I like The Brook and the Bluff. They have really good.
I love them so much.
They have really good production
They do
choices
have
and
really
stuff
good
too.
production.
Yeah. Everything is just a mess. Is
Halfway Up
everything.
Is my top 3 favorite songs of all time.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
one of my
great song.
favorite songs of all time.
Wait, is it 1, 2, or 3? Which one?
Depending on how depressed I am that day, it changes. My top 3 are always there. It's just a certain cycle depending on my depression level.
That's fair.
Yeah.
November Rain is number 1 if I'm really depressed. November Rain is just boom right there.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you about like upcoming artists though.
Yeah.
Especially in the area.
Yeah.
This guy named Alex Lambert. He kind of sounds like Leon Bridges. He's got this like sunshine soul thing going on. There's going to be a really, really cool producer producing his next record. I don't know if I can.
Is it not you? Just gonna hype yourself up. Yeah.
No, it's not me. It's not me.
Yeah, there's a really cool producer doing the next one.
I'm just a cool producer, man. I don't have the
It's me, guys.
It's
I'm making
me.
the big bucks.
No, but he's really, really fantastic, and he's got a insane producer. Again, me. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Like doing his next record, and it's just gonna be next level.
Yeah.
I mean, he's open for like Willie Nelson and stuff. And
Oh wow.
Dang.
yeah, they were opening for Charlie Crockett like a couple weeks ago.
Okay. I don't know the name.
He's just so good. Like I think he's gonna be huge. Great songwriter.
That's awesome.
Great dude.
That's always a plus.
Yeah, my best friend, roommate, Gabe Broussard plays in that band and sings BGVs and stuff. So that is like the one I'm keeping my eye on, like the one group out of here that I'm like, yeah,
that's awesome.
They're amazing.
Are you familiar at all? Because you said you were into metal with the underground, the metal scene here in town.
Not really. I'm like not into metal anymore.
Really? Not anymore?
Yeah.
It never came back?
I can listen to Chevelle and be like, yeah, this bangs.
But you don't like any new metal or anything like
No.
that? Yeah, it's all right. I figured it out.
Not a big fan. I like really weird stuff.
Yeah.
No, I have a very weird music taste.
Yeah, that's all right.
I feel like as a producer, you have to though.
Yeah.
Like you just got to be into
super
everything.
wide.
Yeah. I've been listening to Spoon a lot. I guess that's kind of rocky.
I don't know Spoon.
Yeah.
What's Spoon?
It's like,
a band called Spoon.
yeah, it's like indie rock.
I only know a few songs, I'll be honest. I'm not too familiar.
They're so good, man. They just released like an EP last night, and it's so good.
Awesome.
But yeah, I don't know. I listen to like 40s and 50s, like Art Tatum, Les Paul, stuff like that.
Les Paul's the man.
Yeah, he's like unbelievable.
He's so good. He's so underrated
Tatum, dude. It's
compared to
wild.
like in the guitar category.
Yeah.
So underrated.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really like 90s like R&B and stuff. Like I really like Common. I really like Erykah Badu. D'Angelo, like I said. Just like everything, man. Anything that's good, I like it.
Who do you think's better? This is quick. Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston? Go.
Oh, they're
Quick.
different.
You can't get them.
You can't
Okay,
get
throw
me.
Celine Dion too.
No, but if you had to
Different.
gun to your head, pick one.
Mariah Carey or
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah. Your answer is Whitney Houston?
Dude, I can't answer that.
Oh.
You will never get me to
Oh
answer.
boy.
It's
Like
Whitney
anything
Houston.
like that?
I'm the most.
The answer is Whitney Houston. The answer is Whitney
He's
Houston.
the biggest Whitney Houston fan.
I'm
The
the
answer
most.
is Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Sorry. She is
No, you know what? Whitney
leaps and
Houston
bounds
is
better than
amazing.
Mariah Carey, I think.
I think they're all the same, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, they're all like
They're all kind of the
80s
same vibe.
ballad, power ballad singers. It's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry,
It's like all a thing. I am the most super opinionated person you'll ever meet, dude.
Wow.
I have
Oh,
super
boy.
strong opinions, but like after my super strong opinions, I'll be like, but like whatever you want, man.
You know, whatever you're thinking.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, that makes sense.
Oh, Mariah Carey's way better, but like it's fine. It's like, but they're
But you know,
they're
Whitney's
both
really great
as-
too.
yeah, they're
good.
both as good as each other.
But I don't
They're
know,
just different.
Yeah.
I would have to know them and see their workflow to say definitively who I think has
Yeah.
more of a skill set.
My only thing about the argument that I tell people, a lot of people don't know this, is that Mariah, like the later half of her career was half digital, half analog. Like she was in early Pro Tools, getting tuned in early Melodyne. Whitney was never tuned until she was already Whitney. That's my only argument. Mariah's kind of been tuned for longer than Whitney's been. That's my only argument.
That makes sense.
Pushes the mic away.
That's my only thing. Just because a lot of people don't think about that. It's like Whitney started like 5-6 years earlier, but just enough in the digital music world that when Mariah was becoming Mariah, Pro Tools was becoming Pro Tools.
I think about that a lot, right. in that transition to tuning things and timelining things, and how that, like in the 90s and even
late
in the
90s,
early, late 80s, that was like becoming the thing. And
Cher did auto-tune.
I believe that.
Way back in the day. She did it way back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to think about. I think that this goes back to, the samples and things. It's just, I guess I'm more of a purist when it comes to doing that, or I like doing it in that older way of, you get a band, you track for a few days and do that. And I know that's not the typical workflow anymore. It's becoming, hey, I got a producer and you're gonna kind of work this up for me. We'll hire a band or whatever. And I don't know. I guess my mentality is more band oriented, rather than an artist and just saying, I get this idea, and then you make a beat and all this stuff. And I don't know.
Yeah,
it's different.
You're
just
a drummer,
different,
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you work, and that's great.
Yeah.
That means you're a team player. But it's really easy to get in the territory of, if you have a band, of artistic visions not aligning. It's why, the funny thing is, I've done a lot of, over these like past 2 years that I've been doing this full time, which isn't a long time, but I've done a lot of stuff and none of it has been a band, I've done some like duo stuff, but it's always an artist and I hire a band, and everybody is working towards, and in the very, very wise words of Rick Rubin, true collaboration is when everybody in the room cares about the best idea winning, not their idea. So when I get in the room with somebody, and like I'll play. So this actually just happened to me. I'm a guitar player, right?
Yeah.
I have nice stuff. I played a really great guitar pass. I think it was really great. Showed up to the studio. She was like, it's too in time. It's too this. I'm like, you have to drop your pride and just, okay.
Yeah.
You want to do it? And then it's way better.
Yeah.
Like the artist who kind of doesn't play guitar, I've been playing guitar for 10 years. Or I've been playing guitar for 13 years.
Yeah.
This artist that kind of plays guitar, just knows a couple chords, played a better guitar pass than me. And that's fine, because that's the best idea. And that idea won.
Yeah.
And if that idea won, we win.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. It's going to serve the music the way that they want it as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then people will want you back too if you're like, no, that's okay. Like if you're genuinely, look, dude, I'm going to lay down this. You come into the studio, just tell me what you don't like. It's okay. But these are my ideas.
Yeah.
And when people feel like they can be like, I don't like that. It's like, okay, that's fine. This is my job. And you're paying me. May the best idea win. So we, then they'll do a guitar pass. Maybe it sucks. Maybe it doesn't. We'll compare it, see which idea wins.
Yeah. So would you say producing then is in the service industry? And that might be a little too blanket of a statement, but
sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's really in the service industry. I've gotten more gigs recently that people are hiring me for my thing.
Nice. That's always nice.
It's great.
For your thing rather than the thing.
Yeah. Because then they're like, you just kind of do your thing. And
because back in the day, people were like, oh, I know this guy who produces music. Like, he lives down the street, he knows how to produce a song. People are like, okay, well, I guess we'll go to him. But everybody's got a studio. So it's like,
especially in this town.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So who does the different thing? What is it? Yeah. And I tell people, I'm like, hey, look, I'm not the best programmer around. I can't program stuff very well, but let me show you what I do. This is what I do. I can record everything in the in my house. I can record live drums, real piano, just everything. And this is how it sounds. People are like, oh, that's different. And I'm like, cool. If you want it, come to me. If you want something that's not this, don't come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that.
Me. I'm not Walmart. Come to me. I'm AutoZone. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the quote.
Come to me for an oil paint, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm O'Reilly's. I'll fix it for you when you also need to
Yeah.
shop for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I way overcharge.
I was just about to ask you. And then you tell them the price and they go, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Yeah,
I'll get it from some guy.
No, yeah.
from Facebook.
That's awesome.
I'd rather do that.
That's a good analogy too. Yeah. It is
Yeah.
like autos. Yeah.
That's great.
Dude, it's just all fun. It's just a ridiculously like amazing job to have.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so like.
And you've been doing it, I mean, even before you left college now. So
Yeah.
like, how long have you say that you've been professionally producing? And professionally, I use loosely. Just I think professionally as long as you've been getting paid.
As long as I've been getting paid. I mean, I got my first. I got paid for the first thing I did, which was, I think it was $25. I produced a rap song.
I like it. Yeah.
For somebody back in Ohio, and I think that was in 2016.
There you
So,
go. Someone
$25
told me a long time ago that
payday.
you're a professional when you get paid for what you're doing. I was like, I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would call that song very far from professional.
Someone thinks you're good enough to pay.
Someone, yeah.
I would say I don't feel like a professional.
Really?
I don't think I ever will.
Interesting.
It's ridiculous.
I think if you enjoy this job, it's hard to feel.
Dude,
like
I'm just a
professional.
kid in a
That's
candy
fair.
store. Like in my studio, I'm like, oh, this is so much fun.
yeah, exactly.
You know, it's just like I feel so stupid. I'm not like, you know what? I'm gonna use the channel limited TG2 for the, because of the harmonic etc. I don't care. It's cool. I like it. It's got knobs on it.
Yeah,
Let's make music. Yeah, dude.
yeah, it clicks nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Sometimes my favorite gear is just because the way it clicks and the way the buttons press.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
I find myself doing that I have a pair of channel limited TG2s and I'm just like the step pot and just like, yes, it's amazing.
Dude, sometimes the best feeling is when you've been on a bunch of stepped ones and then you go to a pull tech and you just roll it. It's like going from like a hot tub into like jumping in snow. It's like amazing. It's like,
Yes, this is sick.
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
No, man.
That's hilarious.
I think all producers that are like that, it's just we're just having fun, man.
Yeah.
You know.
That's awesome.
So,
and then the
know.
artist is just there and it's like, what are you doing? Turn the knob.
But if you're having
Yeah.
fun, the artist is having fun.
Crazy.
The fun energy and you having fun means the artist has fun, everybody has fun, you get a good product. It's just
Yeah. It's gonna be a good time.
There's no tension in the studio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I do dumb stuff, I'll be like, hey, look, I'm gonna try this. It's gonna suck. Okay. And people are like, okay. So I crank the spring reverb on my amp and I slam it on the floor. And I'm like, yeah, that wasn't the right idea.
But you had to try the idea.
But you know what? One time it worked. And it worked really well.
No
Yeah.
way.
But a lot of the other things in that track that I tried, beating my piano with a mallet, the strings with the mallet
Yeah.
Yeah.
to a beat, that didn't work. That sounded really bad. But I've refined that. It sounds cool now. Just like there's all kinds of stupid stuff I try, man, that just doesn't work. And but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like it's fun. Who cares? I make a lot of bad sounds.
Yeah. Well, I forget if it was you or someone who was like, you gotta try all the
Try
ideas.
everything. You have to
And
make
let
bad sounds.
if someone has an idea and you think that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard, say okay,
Let's
we'll try it. And we'll try it. And if it sucks, if they love it, I mean,
Yeah, if they love it.
if they love it, they're footing the bill. I mean,
Exactly.
so it's all about. I think it's a sound game too. Just see how many sounds you can get.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
well,
This
has been a ton of fun.
Thank you.
At the end of this, thank you very much for coming on. At the end of the show, we always like to let our guests promote whatever their socials, what they're doing,
Yeah, new
whatever.
music,
So
old
you
music.
have whatever amount of time you want to say to the
You
camera.
have the floor, the spotlight
Yes.
is on you.
Oh
Literally.
man, okay. Go rent a truck from U-Haul.
Don't
thank
bang
you.
it up.
And take it to Cedar Point.
Yeah. No, my Instagram is Joey Liechty. It's JoeyLiechty. So if you want to give me a follow, that's fine. If you don't want to, that's also okay. Just do whatever you want, man. It's 2023, whatever. But yeah, rent a truck from U-Haul and
go to AutoZone.
Go to Lipscomb, go to AutoZone.
Yeah.
What was the other place I was talking about? Kings
Island.
Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Kings Island.
Yeah. And then Cedar Point.
Eat some Papa Murphy's.
Yeah.
I see. Now I want to go. Where are we going?
We'll go sometime.
Just go for the Papa Murphy's, man.
Yeah.
Look at the roller coasters.
Good stuff.
Literally. Yeah. Well, man, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
I really hope that people listening to that really like resonate and hear the things you're saying, not just listen, like actually hear it.
Yeah.
I hope so. I'm just like, look, I don't know what I'm doing. Like if you really think you know what you're doing, it's just like after a certain point you've done something for long enough that you know what works for you.
Yeah.
But it's just, man, why are we here? Nobody really knows. We're all born with the same amount of knowledge. And it's just don't have an ego. Don't be a jerk. Just be cool. Don't be afraid to mess up. That's it.
Genius.
Great words to leave off on. That's great.
Thank you, man.
This is the Green Room Podcast. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts, Spotify, whatever.
Yeah.
Brendan, follow him on Instagram.
BDen, BDEN _ Aiton, ATN on Instagram. Hopefully, now this will be like released a few months later, but there will be a lot of footage as of today.
Oh, today we're putting out the first 4 episodes on our world here. This as
today,
of recording.
Whatever the date is, June, whatever today is. 14th, I think. 13th, 14th. Maybe.
I think it's the 14th. Yep.
Yeah, June 14th. First 4 episodes are releasing. So shout out us.
Yeah, that'll be with the first 3 is just us. The 4th one is with Leland Dix. So be sure to watch that if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have.
Shout out Leland. Thank you for getting me this job I just got. Yeah. Thank you.
You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Mossmill D Music, everywhere.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening, and be sure to check Joey out. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Peace.
Ciao.
Peace. Nice.